Tonight, a story that many people across America are talking about, the shooting death of Renisha McBride, the African-American teenager killed at the doorstep of Theodore Wafer, a white homeowner near Detroit. Today, prosecutors charged Wafer with second-degree murder. He says he shot because he thought it was a break-in, but McBride's family says the 19-year-old was looking for help after being in a car accident. It is a racially charged case, and joining us to talk about the legal issues is Al Jazeera's legal contributor, Jami Floyd. Welcome, Jami.
Hello, John.
So let's talk for a moment about the law. He was charged with second-degree murder today. What do prosecutors have to prove?
Well, it's not first-degree murder. Of course, that would require planning and lying in wait, so that would be the top charge. But this, of course, requires intent to kill, and he's also charged with the lesser manslaughter. So first-degree murder is off the table, but second-degree murder is a murder charge, and it does carry a possible life sentence. And the manslaughter, if they go for the lesser, the jury goes for the lesser, carries a 15-year sentence. There's also a weapons possession charge. That's the third charge on the table. So he's facing 3 criminal charges.
What's the likely defense?
Well, he could claim it was an accident that he fired, and that was the original suggestion here when initially the police were alerted that he fired accidentally, or he could claim that he was justified, that he was defending his castle, as we've always said in the law of self-defense, that a man can defend his home. Those are the 2 likely defenses. They can be defended together, or he could choose to use those separately, independently. We'll see.
There was one report that said that he had told police it was an accident. So if that's the case, what does he argue?
Well, then he says, I didn't intend to shoot. It's the middle of the night. I'm roused from my bed. I could barely see. The autopsy already indicates that this was from some distance. Of course, the facts are still coming out, John, and we have to be very careful. This is early. But already we've heard that this is from some distance, and he says the shotgun, 12-gauge shotgun, went off accidentally. So if the facts can bear that out, that would be his defense. It will be a ballistics question then, and probably a battle of the experts between defense experts and prosecution.
Because of Trayvon Martin's case and so many other cases across the country, this case has raised lots of questions. And, you know, one of the stories that came out today said that Renisha McBride had been drinking and that she had both alcohol and marijuana in her system after she had this accident, when they found her after this accident and the shooting. What does that matter? I mean, in this case, should it matter?
Well, it came up, of course, also in the Trayvon Martin case. It comes up in so many cases. Really, all that matters is the state of mind of the defendant. And the prosecution, of course, has to consider the victim's toxicology, because the defendant can claim that somehow they were threatened by this victim, that the victim was acting in some way that was irrational or aggressive, and that perhaps toxicology affected the behavior of the victim.
A smaller young woman.
Exactly. And you know, traditional self-defense, John, assumes 2 equal men of similar size engaged in some sort of fight in a bar is what we usually think about when we're talking about self-defense. Here we're talking about a woman. It's late at night. Whether she's drunk or perhaps influenced by drugs, I don't know that it plays a huge role in this case, but of course it will come up at trial.
All right. Jami Floyd, it's great to talk with you. Thanks very much.
My pleasure.